Welcome back to Trip Off Sports Talk. I'm Josh. That's Bryce. And Roy's over there. Back normal, other than Roy's, 2 hours or what?
He's really
15 hours away from us?
More than that.
Probably 24.
Yeah.
California, baby.
Cali.
Yeah, he's actually attending a Biden Kamala Harris rally over there.
I believe that.
I had to join, a little Joe Biden, Gavin Newsom rally here in town.
Yeah.
Just the other day, so.
Pod 36. First thing we're going to do, we're going to update our standings. We had our draft last week, or I shouldn't say our draft, our monthly update to the draft. And I'll tell you what, we got a barn burner brewing here, boys. I'm going to start from the top because nothing's changed at the top. The King's still there. I lead top 298 wins. Second place, still Bryce, 275 wins. So almost 25. So he's 23 below me. Roy is one behind, 274. You had it tied for like 3 days, and then he got you yesterday by 1. So, yeah, for the Astros, you've been way ahead.
The Mets are my team.
The Mets have been doing good. The Red Sox have also been doing really good for you, Roy. And yeah, the Yankees have crushed you, Bryce. And the A's and Royals haven't played great since you've picked them up. Royals in the last month, but
yeah.
That's really all I got for you. The changes last week, Bryce added the Tigers. Roy added the Mets. Other than that, not a whole lot changed.
No.
Other than Bryce dropping the Cubs. Yikes.
Since you dropped them, I think they won a few, haven't they, Bryce?
Yeah,
they have. They're 5-5 in their last 10.
Yeah. That's going to roll us right into the standings this week. Roy, go ahead.
All right, let's just go with the standings. Let's see, make sure I get updated because I have not seen the standings in a while. So, all right, so as we said, Yankees, who are sucking now. So Baltimore has taken the lead in the AL East at 57-53. 3 games back now, or the Yankees at 55-37. And making a run at the top here is the Red Sox at 49-40.
Yeah.
A lot. You get Tampa Bay Rays at 44-46, 13 games back, and the Blue Jays at 41-49, 16 games back. Looking like the Blue Jays are a selling team here at the deadline. The Guardians kind of just hanging in there, 56-33. They have a 5-game lead over the Twins at 52-39. Then the Royals at 49-43 are 8.5 games back, so they've kind of fallen back a little bit.
Yep.
The Tigers 43-48 are 14 games back, and the White Sox just sitting there as usual, 26-67, 32 games back. So you heard me right. The Mariners lead the AL West at 49-43. They are only 2 games ahead of the Astros now, 46-44. So remember to watch that. Rangers at 43-48 have fallen back. They're 5.5. Now they're talking about being sellers, from what I read. The Angels at 37-53 are 11 games back, who I might go be seeing tomorrow night. And then the Athletics are 34-58, 15 games back. So that's your AL standings. NL hasn't changed much. Philadelphia, the AL and NL East, the Phillies are 15-32, 7.5 games back as the Braves at 15-39. The Mets, who are kind of hanging out there 500, are 44-45 at 13.5 games back. The Nationals 42-49, 16.5 games back. And then the Miami Marlins 32-58, 26 games back. The NL Central, Brewers still at the top at 53-38. The Cardinals sitting at 48-42, 4.5 games back. They are improving, moving right on up. Pittsburgh, behind Paul Skeens, is at 43-47, 9.5 games back. Then you have the Reds at 43-48, 10 games back, and the Cubs still in last place, even though they've been 5-5, are 42-49, 11 games back. NL West, the Dodgers, 55-36. They are 7.5 game leads over the Padres, 49-45. Then the Diamondbacks at 45-46 are 10 games back. The Giants, who've fallen back some more, are 44-47, 11 games back. And then the Colorado Rockies are 32-59, 23 games back. So what do you guys think?
What do you think, Bryce? When you see the standings, what do you notice?
Something you really have to point out is we kind of talked about at the beginning of the year, their slow start, the Astros being in last. And, I mean, they were one of the worst teams in the league at the beginning of the year, wins-wise. And then we kind of talked about it. They would catch their fire. This is the same team pretty much that won a World Series, and then they're in the playoffs every single year, always kicking the Yankees' ass. They're above 500 now, sitting at 46 and 44. So we knew they'd come back. They have the reigning MVP, Jose Altuve, on their team. He had to carry him back up. So that's the biggest thing that jumps out to me.
Did you just say reigning in MVP?
Yeah, he should have won it He should have won it every year since he won.
I bet. Yeah, I bet. Things that jump out to me: the Yankees continue to spiral out of control. They once had the best record in baseball, and now they are 4.5 games on to a wild card spot. So the AL is getting tighter for most teams other than the Guardians, in my opinion, and the Orioles. The Orioles currently have the best record in the American League, who I agreed was the best team in the American League East, but I'm just getting pissed now. I agree with you, Bryce. Astros, I mean, we all expected them to catch fire. I didn't know if I had them this close to being the leader of the division. Seattle really hasn't taken any steps to run away. And I look at the NL wild card, and it's close everywhere for the most part. I mean, even teams that you think have no shot, like the Nationals, they're 5.5 back. You have a good week, and you're into it again. So
I believe Cubs are 5.5 back as well.
Yeah, Cubs 5.5 back from a wild card spot. So NL again is still very tight. Yes, there's been a little separation, but it's still very tight, and I think that's going to affect the deadline. But that's what I have. Roy?
I mean, I don't even want to start about the Yankees. I'm tired of talking about them. So what I want to see is two things that I see. The AL teams, pretty much we've got our 6 teams that are going to be, or 7 teams or whatever it is, going to be in the playoffs. I mean, you look at the wild card in the AL. I mean, like I said, you go down to Houston at 3.5, Tampa at 5.5 out, but your teams are pretty much set. I think. I mean, Texas and down, they're done. I think they can make a run, but I think you've seen who are sellers in the AL. I think you've pretty much solidified who's going to be in the playoffs. There might be 1 or 2 teams outside of playoffs, which you got to watch out for, like Tampa, or Houston, or Royals, who might move in above the Yankees, Twins, or Red Sox. I mean, they're all kind of bunched together. I mean, you said the Orioles have a 3-game lead on the Yankees and the best record in the AL, but a 3-game lead on the Yankees who are playing terrible. Yeah. The only other thing I want to talk about, the only other thing I have is, I mean, St. Louis Cardinals. I mean, they just keep. I mean, they're 7-3 in their last 10. They just keep winning and just chipping away at that. At the Milwaukee, I mean, last week I think they were 5.5, 6.5.
Yeah.
Now they're 4.5. They just keep chipping. They still play each other. So watch out for the Cardinals making a run at the Brewers. They've turned it around. I didn't think they had that good of a team, and they seem like they've kind of taken a step forward.
Yeah, one thing I find, I wouldn't say funny about the Cardinals, but it's something you don't see every day. Most teams that are, top of their divisions or very close, like the Cardinals, 4.5 back, have a pretty good run differential, and that's why they're, in the Cardinals' case, 6 games over 500. Cardinals have a negative 33, but I'll tell you what, they have 48 wins. Ryan Presley has 30 saves. They have won every close game because of I'll say their bullpen, but really it's Ryan Presley. I don't know how sustainable that is.
It might be stand for
I'm Presley. Term? I mean Helsley.
Yeah. Helsley, sorry.
I was looking at the Astros here with my cursor. But Helsley, excuse me.
I think you're right. But it might not be in the short term or in the long term, but short term it's helping. But
that's what I mean.
It might not help them.
I don't know how sustainable that is to continue to do that, but I mean, you're halfway through the season at this point. They've played better throughout the team the last month and a half than they did the first month, but yeah, I mean, that's one of those things where you talk about the Cardinals being a team, we did 2 months ago that would maybe deal.
I was hoping the Yankees would pick up Ryan Helsley as a closer. But.
Yeah, and he ain't going nowhere because at this point, they're going to ride that. If they just get in at this point, even though they have a 1-game lead in the wild card, that's something that's dangerous. You have a team that has played a lot of close games and won them. The team you don't want to play, even though I don't think the Cardinals are still one of the best teams in the NL, it's something to watch.
Yep.
I personally wouldn't give the credit to Helsley. I would give it to Alec Burleson. I think that he is one of the most underrated players in the entire league. And he doesn't look like your guy that's going to go out there and hit for contact as well as power. You see a lot of these big guys hit for power and hit a lot of home runs. This guy hits like 320 in some weeks, 350 some weeks, and he sits around that 300 average. And he's really stepped up where some of their older players have kind of taken a step back from their previous good teams in the past few years.
And I find it interesting because they have him play in the outfield. I think it's a corner outfield for the most part. He'll DH in there as well. He will be their everyday first baseman following this year after Goldschmidt leaves because Goldschmidt just does not have a home there anymore. Not after this season probably, unless they decide to make him a full-time DH or something. But he will be an everyday first baseman next year. Yeah. So I think that's going to take us to the players of the week. I'm going to let Bryce go over those.
Players of the week for the NL, we have Brenton Doyle from the Colorado Rockies. The 26-year-old hit .524, 11 for 21 with 4 homers, 9 ribbies, 4 doubles, 4 walks, 5 runs scored, a stolen base, a 1.268 slugging percentage, and a .600 on-base percentage in the last 6 games this week. The AL Player of the Week is Jose Miranda from the Minnesota Twins. The 26-year-old hit .700, 14 for 20 with a homer, 6 ribbies, 4 doubles, 1 walk, 7 runs scored, a 1.05 slugging percentage, and a .72 on-base percentage in 6 games last week.
Yeah, I mean, Miranda, you look at it, 700 average. I mean, he was like 11 for his last 11 at one point. So he's obviously, but still, it's an incredible week, first of all. And Doyle is a pretty good 26-year-old prospect for Colorado. Shortstop, they don't have a whole lot of hope, but at least they have something to look forward to, I guess.
Well, all I got to say is, the Jose Miranda, he did pretty well last year. Seems like Minnesota gets that 1 or 2 guys that can hit the ball pretty well and keeps them for a little bit, and then they use him as trade bait to get some other run. So he might be their next guy. He's still pretty good. But the other one, Doyle, never heard of him, probably because he's Colorado Rocky and they suck and nobody ever knows anything about him.
He's a good young shortstop.
So, it's another Colorado Rocky that's probably going to be pretty good for the next couple of years. And then when they can't come to payday, they'll try to trade him for something else. And that's what sucks about these small market teams like Colorado, man. And so you get these players that are pretty decent, and time's payday, and they don't want to pay them anymore. Keep hometown kids that you can be pretty good. So
I don't see why Colorado can't pay hitters. I mean, if I'm a hitter, and especially if you get drafted by Colorado and they're offering you money, or league average money. I'm not saying that's to blow you out of the water. That's somewhere I'd want to play. Now, pitchers, I get that's a tough place to go and play, but hitters, I don't know why you wouldn't want to stay in Colorado.
I agree. I mean, they just don't seem like I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're horrible now, but yeah. Anything else, guys?
No. I mean, the Twins are in the wild card, and this guy's a big reason for that right now. So.
I don't know his splits. I don't know who he hit, all these hits and homer and stuff against. But I do. The only thing I know about Jose Miranda is he crushes left-handed pitching. So I don't know if maybe they got a couple lefties this week, or maybe he just hit righties and had a good week. But he has historically crushed lefties, not hit righties, and he's a platoon guy. So I wonder if maybe they got 2 or 3 lefties in a week and he crushed them. But yeah, that's all I got. I think it's going to take us to our talking points. Roy, you ain't got anything?
Well, the only thing I'd talk about is here we are 1 week before the All-Star break. This is where teams start figuring out their buyers, sellers, whatever they are. Like I already talked about the AL, there's only a handful. I mean, you got your top 3 leaders, and then you got probably the next 5 teams that are probably your buyers in the AL, but then everybody else is sellers. Now, the NL is different. Hell, like you said, the Cubs are the fourth worst record in the NL and still in the National League and still 5 games out of the wild card. So, I mean, you're going to have a lot more teams that are buyers there in the NL or stand pat teams.
Yeah, not moving.
So maybe go out and buy. They may make small moves, a middle reliever or something, but you're not going to – this is just with these added teams. I like it. I don't know. In the old days, you only had like 5 teams or 4 teams that made the playoffs, and you had this gap where it seemed like the rest of the year nobody was playing for anything. Now you got some teams that get hot and did different things, and I like it this way. More teams involved. And I think it makes a bit more pressure on the GMs to make a proper deal, not just go out there and make a deal just because they had to make a proper deal to help their teams.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen our fair share of trades that don't work out for one team and absolutely change the history of the other, especially the Rays. You talk about that Pirates deal. But yeah, I read an article and actually make a lot of sense. The draft used to be very late, and was it even in the summer almost? I don't know the exact time.
I think it used to be at the end of July or something, wasn't it? No, August or something. The draft.
I think it was at like the end of August or something.
And then they moved it to June.
Yeah, they moved it to June, and now I've read you don't
It's in
see
October.
GMs. You don't see GMs making a whole lot of moves because they're so focused on the draft, even though that's not their exact spot. They are the one making the call at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They pick the player. So they spend a lot of time on the draft, and as soon as the draft ends and All-Star break ends, then they start picking up the phones and really start making the calls. So that made sense to me. So I think once you get out of the break and the draft is completed, then you'll start hearing the buzz and the names in the last 2 weeks of the runway, I'll call it. So,
Yep.
but yeah, I know Bryce is going to talk a little bit about trade deadline too, but I have a little bit of a different segment. I wouldn't go off topic. The last time college football made a football game was 2014. Okay, I was just getting ready to go into high school, or just started high school whenever the game came out.
I don't remember it being out that way.
I don't remember it coming out. I didn't play a college game then, but it has taken off in the last 8 years or so. I'd say 5 years.
Yeah, but really it started to take off whenever the NIL stuff started.
Yeah,
because they could pay players from it. So
and then it became, how are they going to get this game out? Well, guess what? It's finally coming out. It's been delayed a year since they've announced it, and it was supposed to come out. College Football 25 comes out in a week. So that's got me talking. When the college football season ended, and one of the worst teams in history, Michigan, lifted that trophy.
Worst teams in history, the best team in history, wins the national championship. The greatest coach in college football.
That'll never stick.
Who I'm probably, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes from.
Yeah.
Harbaugh, give me a call.
Yeah.
You and I are both going to that Biden rally right now, probably.
No.
But after that, that made me think when I was actually on vacation, we did our 12-team early playoff prediction way too early. Now, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go over. I didn't give you guys any heads up. But I've been looking into college football. I want to try to get into college football a little bit more this year. So just a little bit. Because I don't wake up and watch a team usually, other than Illinois. I'll update it, but they're not good. It's not a football program. So I've been kind of trying to see if there's a team I'm going to follow, even though I might not love them. I want to follow a team and try to get into it a little bit. And I've been looking, and I am making a change to my way too early prediction. I'm adding this team because they have a cakewalk of schedule. Yes, it's an SEC school. Roy, you got any guesses? Bryce?
Who I think your guess probably is?
I'm gonna follow this team. It's an SEC school.
It's probably somebody like Texas A&M or South Carolina or something like that.
Both are incorrect. Bryce, you got a guess?
What team's the Gamecocks? Is that who?
South Carolina.
Yeah, then that was who my guess was.
I'm gonna be watching Ole Miss this year.
Oh, jeez. Lane Kiffin. You're just
Lane
going to watch
Kiffin,
offense.
Jackson Dart.
They know how to play any defense.
Baby
whatsoever.
blue Union helmets. Some of the best uniforms in college football. Not the best. One of them. But they will be making the playoffs. I couldn't actually believe they're in the SEC, and I looked at their schedule. I don't know how it's even possible to get that easy of a cakewalk of a schedule.
Do they not play LSU, Alabama, or
They don't
Texas?
They might play. I don't know if they play LSU.
Oklahoma.
They don't play Bama. They don't play Georgia. I mean, I can pull it up if you really want to
I was
know.
going to look it up here.
Here, I'll tell you. You ready? Furman, Middle Tennessee, Wake Forest, Georgia Southern, Kentucky, South Carolina. They do play LSU. They do play Oklahoma. Oh, they do play Georgia. I was wrong. Arkansas, Georgia. I missed them. Florida, and Mississippi State.
So you don't even know what you're talking about.
So I could see.
I thought they played LSU. I just didn't know. I did miss Georgia, but still, you don't play Bama, you don't play Texas. That's now in there.
Volunteer.
You don't play
Tennessee. LSU will be their worst one because it's at LSU. Oklahoma's going to be tough coming in, and Georgia's going to be tough coming in. But
but you got to think with a 12-team playoff. Can you get away with 2 losses and probably get in maybe?
2 losses, anything more than 2 losses, they're not getting.
I agree. If you lose more than 2, you're not in. Yeah, but I'm not saying because I doubt they would make an SEC championship. I don't know how the divisions even work, if they've even done that with Texas and Oklahoma coming in. But
I don't know.
You lose 2 games and you don't make your conference championship and you avoid a loss there, maybe. But I mean, that's besides the fact.
They were on track this year to make the playoff, and then they lost 2 of their last 3 games.
And they added a bunch of transfers. They had the number 1 transfer class.
Oh yeah, he always does a good job of transfers.
Yeah. So
his problem is he can't play defense.
That's where all the transfers are: D-line and corner. But
this is a problem.
That's I'm trying to get into college football. Let me follow the team a little bit. Dude, I almost chose Texas, but I feel like that's just too much of a cop-out because they're at the top now. Even though the only reason I was going to say Texas is because they're new into the SEC, and I'm a Cowboys fan, so like Texas. But I thought that was a cop-out. So
you just can't root for another Big Ten team? Is that what it is? Because of Illinois?
Oh, yeah, I can't. Well, no shit. Not going to choose an
I can see you trying to transfer to Iowa or something.
I mean, I am an Ohio State fan because they're better than Michigan State this year, or Michigan.
And, yeah, you can get your own. You can get your own ticket to the Illinois Michigan game this year. Then.
I'll be there in my Illinois gear. Don't you worry about that. And Bryce has a little bit. He wants to talk about trade deadline.
Yeah, Roy kind of covered a little bit of what I wanted to. I just kind of wanted to ask you guys who you think are the biggest pieces that you could see getting moved from sellers to buyers.
When you ask that, do you people that I think are locks to get moved, or
a little bit of both?
Okay, Roy, you want to go first? You want me to? I feel pretty good about this topic.
I only got like 2 good names that I think will get traded because they're not. Because I think you're not going to see a lot of big names.
Yeah, I also agree.
I think you're getting a lot of middle relievers, some back the end rotation guys, and maybe it's a second baseman here and there. I mean, I think you might see Vlad Guerrero get. That's the only name. I can't see Blue Jays actually doing it now.
Yeah.
Because I think if they start getting rid of their young players, they're going to be terrible for the next. And I don't think they can. I don't think the fans will put up with that. Anybody on the White Sox is traded. I think Luis Roberts, any of those guys. I think you can see by the effort that they're giving that anybody's gone on that team. But other than that, I just don't see much going on, just name wise. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've done a lot of research on this because I figured the Yankees be making moves. Now that they're so bad, I don't know how many moves the Yankees will make. But I've read Crochet to me was a lock, and the more I've read, the more I don't know. He's got another year of control, and the way that the article breaks it down, someone acquiring Crochet is acquiring him as a starter, which makes sense. He's a starter. But he's never been a starter. He's already passed his career innings limit. He's never pitched as many innings. Most people think they're going to have to move this guy to the bullpen at some point. He's not going to make it as a starter the whole way through unless you blow his arm out. And at that point, are you going to pay a starter price who at this point is the best starter on the market for someone you're going to move to the bullpen? Probably not. Now, I'm not saying they won't get a deal done. Someone like the Dodgers, to me, is a perfect fit. They don't need him in the rotation. They could throw him in the bullpen and use it however. But Crochet is, to me, a coin flip. I still think he's going to get moved, but I don't know. I don't think Vlad gets moved. I don't think they're going to give him up. Still got another year of control. He's their best player by miles. And even if they're not that good right now, I think the Blue Jays would keep him as be their franchise. Like, he's the guy.
Yeah.
To me, someone who, if the Blue Jays do not turn it around the next 2 weeks, I do think Bo Bichette would be traded. Apparently, he's not very happy there, playing like shit. Can't play a lick of short, but not having a good offense year either. I think Bo Bichette would be somebody to get moved. Again, someone to like the Dodgers who don't have shortstop. They have Mookie Betts, who's hurt.
I mean, I'm reading that the Rangers are looking at start trading like Max Scherzer or some of those guys. I'm getting rid of some money just for older guys. You can see because at this time they could trade somebody like that.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to see the big names that you're normally used to seeing.
Yeah.
One, because NL teams are still in it too. I just think AL teams just cannot do that to themselves.
Yeah. The other name that I've seen, and I do believe this guy will get traded, is Jazz Chisholm. I do believe he will get moved.
I've been reading that.
The problem is some teams are viewing him as an infielder, which he got moved to the outfield because he was such a bad infielder. I don't know, I don't know how that works, but I do think Jazz. I also think his teammate Luzardo. I think he gets moved from Miami. I don't think Colorado will move a whole lot. Maybe some pitching if they have anything. I don't know. You'll see a lot of like quiet names like, Adam Duvall a couple of years ago. Things like that. They're just like whatever players. You might see them, but I think the biggest name will either be like, I don't think Robert will even get traded. I think it'll be like Crochet maybe. I think Bo will get traded. Jazz.
I think Vladdy is going to be the biggest name, but the two that I thought was going to be the biggest, I kind of took one of them off because they're only 2.5 games out of the wild card, is Pete Alonso. The Mets have been playing a lot better now.
I don't see his name now. They don't see him trade, but the name that opposite him now I've been seeing is Cody Bellinger. So,
yeah. The Cody Bellinger one would have to be it's going to take a lot, in my opinion, just because you can't – like someone like the Yankees, for an example. They could use him, but the Yankees cannot afford him if he opts in. So it'd have to be like a mutual contract adjustment, something like that, which that gets tough. I don't know if Bellinger – he got that contract for a reason. He wants it. I actually think Pete Alonso could get traded, even though the Mets are contending. I just have a hard time believing the Mets are going to buy, if that makes sense. I'm not saying they won't stay put, but to me, the Mets are not good enough to win a World Series. No. Now, if they got hot, yes. The pieces they have, if they got hot, could they win? Yes. And at that point, if you're not going to keep Pete Alonso next year, move him, put whoever at first base, and just hope you still get hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just think if you're in a position like the Mets, you ride this ride. And you keep your team and ride your ride because all you need, like you said, all you need is get in the playoffs, and it doesn't really matter at that point. Make a small move, and if you can just get hot and just play and just pitch well and make some hits.
But if you don't move Pete Alonso,
win you a playoff game just by himself because he's that good.
But if you don't move Pete Alonso and you don't make the World Series, or if you don't make the playoffs at minimum, or even really win a first round matchup, and you let him walk for nothing, then you're going to – what was the point? You know what I'm saying?
The money they'll make in the playoffs, that team, that's all you got to think about now is teams think about money. The money you receive in the playoffs, if you make the playoffs, the money you receive, that'll make up any difference that you have. That's all they care about.
I don't know. They'll be on the road. You got to
think about money, not players is how you got to think of it.
But they'll be on the road. They won't get that.
You get TV revenue.
A little, but for what, 3 games?
Yeah, you still get the TV revenue from it. It's a lot more than you think it's what they'll pay for. They don't care.
Yeah. I don't know. After the break, we'll really pull up a list, but I don't know. From the sounds of it, we kind of have – you two kind of seem to be on the same page. I kind of seem to be a little bit different, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We still got a little bit. We still need the separation.
The other person that was on my list was the A's closer.
Miller?
Miller.
I've said from the first day I don't think they're going to trade him.
So much.
He's got 5 years of control left.
I think they would trade him if somebody would come in with some astronomical.
Oh, I agree.
That's the only. I think he's available, but you're going to have to pay the price, and I don't think
the only team that could afford that is the Dodgers and the Orioles. That's it. That's the only 2 teams that could afford to give him absolute haul and not be dead from it.
Yeah.
And I don't think either of those teams are going to empty the farm for a guy throwing 103 who's probably going to have Tommy John in the next 4 years.
Yeah.
So, all right. I don't think I have anything else, you guys?
Nope.
All right. I think that's going to take us to our miscellaneous. I have my lock of the week and a game. My lock of the week's already done. I think it's called the Genesis Classic, Genesis Invitational.
Oh, you're doing a golf?
Something like that. It's the Genesis something. It's in or it's in overseas, somewhere in Britain or something like that. Xander Schauffele finished top 5. He's not from America. He's the second favorite to win. He plays those courses more than he does in the United States. Lock of the week. And by the way, the last time I did a golf lock of the week, Bryce, I won.
Didn't I give you it?
No.
What was it?
I don't remember. I have to go look, but it was it wasn't for the Masters.
I picked the outright winner of the Masters, so.
Yeah, so did half the country.
Get off with this, dude.
You act like you didn't pick the best golfer of the last 5 years of the run. You picked him for everyone for 5 months.
Scotty, right?
He picked Scotty for 4 months long because he's a genius. He won every major.
I picked him for 1, and then I picked the Shambo to win outright as well. So over Scotty. So
Oh, I'll give you credit if you picked a Shambo. That's a good one, but not Scotty. Scotty fucking won 30 in a row. And he played better. He played as good as Tiger Woods was for 3 months.
All right.
All right. I have a game, and this is for you two. I already have it set up. I was actually able to prepare today. Where share screen? All right.
you think I can see that?
Home run leaders for each team of all time.
Yep. Mine will not work.
Wow.
Oh.
All right.
Did you make this one too?
No, I did not. If you can't see one, Bryce,
That's
just
fine.
tell me. I
them
can
all.
see it. Okay. There's no time limit. I'm going to let you guys go. I have the answers on my phone for spelling reasons because God knows I can't spell lick. Okay, I have them. All right. You guys can go ahead. These are home run leaders.
You just want to go in order, left side all the way down.
Well, we can
Roy?
start from the Braves. The Braves is
Yeah.
Hank Aaron.
Correct.
Yankees is Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah.
That is incorrect. I don't know why I typed that. I have the answers here. That is
Babe, then.
659. Well,
Yep.
because Babe Ruth had
Babe.
703, didn't he?
Babe Ruth.
Why didn't I think of Alex Rodriguez? Damn it. Okay. Giants, Willie Mays.
Correct.
I don't know why I didn't say Babe Ruth. Twins. Kirby Puckett.
That is incorrect.
I have no idea.
Now you can
Cubs.
keep.
I'll go down to Cubs. Is that Ernie Banks?
That is incorrect.
Probably Sosa or Sam.
Sammy Sosa, yeah.
Sosa is correct.
Red Sox.
That'd be Big Poppy.
That is incorrect.
I say Carl Yuzimski.
Incorrect.
Cardinals. Are these hit as for their team?
Yeah, for the team.
Oh, I thought you meant all time. 'Cause I'm
No,
like-
this is for the team.
Okay, dang it. So that really messes me up then. Okay. For the
I mean, for the most part, it is a lot, you know.
okay for the Cardinals, Stan Musial.
Where are the Cardinals at? Oh, right there. Yes, that is correct.
How about for the Red Sox? Be Ted Williams,
That is correct.
Frank Thomas for the White Sox.
I believe that is correct. Oh, hold on. There you go.
Brooks Robinson for the Orioles.
That is incorrect.
Incorrect.
Ken Griffey for the Mariners.
That is correct.
Incorrect for Mariners.
Correct.
Oh, it is correct. Okay. Phillies, Mike Schmidt.
Correct.
Canseco for the Athletics,
As
or is that Reggie Jackson?
both are incorrect.
How about McGuire?
That is correct.
Just to type in Mark. What about Yount for
How
the
about
Brewers?
who?
That is incorrect.
Would the Dodgers be Mike Piazza?
Where are the Dodgers at?
Top.
Top there,
That is
389.
incorrect.
Dodgers. Kirk Gibson.
For the Dodgers?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Is he somewhere else?
No.
George Brett for the Royals at 317.
Correct.
How about Joe Carter for the Blue Jays?
Incorrect.
Tomey for the Guardians Indians.
Who? Tell me.
Tomey.
Correct.
Robin Yost for the Brewers.
Incorrect.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I said him.
I can't hear what your mic is. How about Holiday for the Rockies?
Where are the Rockies at?
369.
Top, right.
Oh, Incorrect.
Would
the
that
Pirates
be
be Barry Bonds
Barry Bonds
Pirates?
for the Giants? I would say Giants.
or either one?
Where are the Giants at?
I thought we already got Giants. Yeah, we
Giants
did. Willie
is-
Mays.
Oh,
Oh,
so
that's not the
Pirates
Giants.
probably Bobby Bonilla.
Incorrect for the Pirates. Where are the Giants at? Am I missing
We
them?
already have them.
Already
I was
said
gonna say.
Willie Mays. Pirates would be but Bonds wouldn't hit 4 for 70, not 5 for him.
No. Come on, boys. You can do better than this.
I know
These are old players. I
Bagwell-
didn't
Jeff
watch this.
Bagwell for the Astros.
Correct. Think of the show. Legends.
Yeah. So it all has to be on that team.
How about Jose
Like Albert
Batista for the
Pujols
Blue
would work.
Jays?
Cool Holes is not correct. You already have the Cardinals.
I was thinking for Dodgers
Jose Batista
no.
for the Blue Jays?
or Angels.
Nope.
Dang it.
Think about over here.
I'm trying
These
to think.
teams.
For the Mets, I mean, look
Mets
at
have-
the Met. For the Rays, would it be Evan Longoria?
Yes. I think this area right here is very easy for the most part.
The Mets or Marlins is Carlos Stanton.
Did he say Carlos Stanton?
Yeah, he did. I'm just trying to figure out who
I was
Carlos
like,
Stanton was.
It used to be Carlos Stanton.
No, it was
It used to be Mike Stanton.
Mike Stanton. That's it. It was Mike
And he used to
Stanton.
call
He changed his
Carlos.
name.
Now it's
Yeah.
Giancarlo.
It's
The
some
Mets.
Latin. It's some Latin.
Mets. Is that
I can see his
Darryl
face.
Strawberry?
Correct. That was actually I thought one of the harder ones.
That's impressive.
Diamondbacks. Is that Paul Goldschmidt?
Where are the Diamondbacks at?
Bottom right
224.
below that.
Oh no, that is not correct.
Is that Luis Gonzalez?
Yes, it is. Another one I didn't think was that easy.
He hit the game.
You also
winner.
get
Oh, we
you
got
also
two
get
Gonzalez.
Juan Gonzalez for the Rangers.
Oh man, I forgot about Juan Gonzalez. For the Padres, would that be Kim Caminetti?
No, it will not be freaking Cam Kennenetti. I don't ever want to see that name again.
Padres. I don't know. Tony Gwynn. He didn't hit that many home runs.
No, Padres to me is the hardest one on this list.
Gary Templeton.
Nope. You're missing a pretty easy one
Joey
that's
Votto
highlighted.
for the Reds.
Who?
For the Reds,
Bottom left.
that is incorrect.
Reds. Oh, gosh, I forget. Eric Davis for the Reds.
Nope. Reds is easy.
Pete Rose.
No.
Let's say
It's like the
Reds.
most famous Red.
Johnny Bench.
Thank you. Oops.
Type it.
Tigers. Cecil Fielder.
Cabrera.
Where's Tigers at?
Right above the Reds.
$3.99.
Oh, why did that happen? No, that's not correct.
Miguel is not correct.
Also not correct. What about this one, boys?
Mike Trout.
Thank you.
Hell, I didn't even think about that. Rockies. Is that Helton?
That is correct. I'll start. I'm not going to help you, but the Twins is gettable. It's a name you know. The Orioles is gettable. The Tigers is gettable.
Cal Ripken for Orioles.
Yes. The Dodgers is a tough one. The Brewers and the Nationals are easy. And the Padres, I don't think you guys will get.
The
but-
Brewers. Christian Yelton.
Nope.
Yelich?
Yelling. What?
Yelich?
Yelich. No, it's not.
What are-
Yelich.
The Brewers.
I don't know.
All right, I'll start helping you with some of these. You ready?
No, I want more time.
Okay.
The Pirates. Gosh dang it.
It's got to be one of the statues out there.
Yep.
Do what?
He's got to be on one of the statues outside
Old
the
guy.
stadium.
I know. I'm trying to think of the old players now.
The Brewers guy is not an old guy.
No, it's not, because I'm thinking old time.
The Nationals guy is not an old guy.
Is that Expos Nationals or just Nationals?
both, or no, I think it is just Nationals. I think it is just
The
Nationals.
Nationals would be a current guy. So
No, it's not. Think about here. I'll give you a hint for the Nationals. He was the first player ever taken by the Nationals ever.
Is it Juan Soto?
Nope,
No.
Mr. National.
I know. I'm not. I can't think of who it is at the top of my head. For some
Okay.
reason, I'm going blank on him. This is ridiculous.
Brewers is a PDD guy.
Oh, what's it? Braun.
Yep.
Ryan Braun.
Dodgers is a very old guy.
Dodgers. Dodgers. I'm
Tigers
going to say
All the rest are old guys other than Nationals.
the Dodgers would be. It's not Jackie Robinson. It's
Nope.
I should know this. This is ridiculous.
Dodgers one's pretty tough.
I can't believe I
You'll
can't
know
remember
the-
the Twins.
You'll know the name. The Nationals
I know the
one.
Twins.
Oh, and the Blue Jays. I've been getting over them. The Blue Jays one's tough probably too. But he's a semi more recent guy. Been retired for a while, but he's not, in the 50s. But the only one I think you guys should get is the
Roberto
Nationals.
Clemente. It's not the Pirates, is it?
That is not the correct one. No.
Gosh, I'm trying to think.
You give up, Bryce?
I don't know him. I think I know the Twins one. I can't figure out his name.
Who, like Joe Mauer? It's an old
that
player, right?
Not Joe Mauer. It's an older player. He's not. He's pretty old. Yeah. I don't know when he played, but it was a while ago.
I'm not gonna get anymore.
I'm gonna piss. I won't know some of these.
All right, you guys give up?
Just
Yeah,
have to give up.
Okay, ready?
yeah.
There are your results.
Oh, Killenberg. Oh, jeez. Dang it.
Killebrew for the
Duke
Twins,
Snyder, I would
Will
never got that.
Stargell for the Pirates, Al Kaline for the Tigers, Duke Snyder for the Dodgers, Blue Jays, Carlos Delgado, Mr. National, Ryan Zimmerman, and the
Never get
Padres,
back.
Nate Colbert. Never heard
Never
of that
heard of
guy.
Kate Colbert. But
Me neither.
I wouldn't have
Delgado,
got
I couldn't remember his name. Jeez.
But yep.
All right.
Those are the all-time home run leaders for each team.
Yeah, I would have not got any of those guys that were left.
All right. You got something, Bryce?
Yeah, I was going to do another Mount Rushmore for this week, and we'll keep it the same order with the baseball standings. And this week's is going to be fast food restaurants.
Fast food. All right.
Yep. So Josh would go first.
Oh, I'm getting to go. I don't want the number one pick. Are we talking my favorite? Or are we just talking?
Best.
I'll chalk it. I'll go McDonald's.
Yeah. You talking
What
about
was I
what we
gonna
like or just who we think is the best?
I just said best. The best fast food restaurants.
I mean, McDonald's is the best, the cheapest, and has
It's not the cheapest
Cheapest.
anymore.
what?
Quite a few places like Burger King's cheaper.
Okay.
Taco
I think
Bell's
McDonald's
way
is still
Now,
cheaper.
see, I'm the opposite. I don't think Taco Bell's cheaper at all. I tried to buy a chicken quesadilla like 3 weeks ago.
Wendy's is cheaper.
$6.50 for a chicken quesadilla. I can buy 4 McChickens for that.
No, you can't.
No, on the app you can if you use it.
No.
Yeah, the app is
can't.
really good.
Or on the app you
use
get
the app too, but
25% off every order.
yeah, but they're still like almost $3 a McChicken.
No, not at my restaurant. I'll pull it up right now.
But you're wrong then. It's like
All right,
$2.69.
Bryce, what's your pick?
My first pick will be Chick-fil-A.
That's what I debated, but it's
I
expensive.
don't like
so
either one of them. So you're.
I put price into my thought.
I'm gonna go Dairy Queen.
Wow.
All right.
What
I
a
get the
first overall
back-to-back
pick.
picks.
Yeah, you do get back to
What
that.
the fuck is
I
going
gotta
on?
go with my Wendy's. I like their spicy chicken
I
sandwich.
mean, those are crazy picks.
Wendy's is amazing. I will give them Wendy's.
No, I love
Wendy's
both
is
those.
like the best quality out of.
I've eaten Wendy's one time my entire life.
That's insane because they're
My
amazing.
spicy chicken sandwich, I could eat that all day.
Yeah, Wendy's is like some of the best quality.
Right.
My second one, I'm gonna go with Taco Bell.
Okay, that I was gonna choose that. So I'm wrapping. One's gonna be Popeyes.
Ooh,
Popeyes, McDonald's. I'm trying to spread my wealth. I'm gonna go Domino's as well. That's fast food. Will you count that as fast food or no?
I don't care.
I mean, you can take it if you want.
Okay, I'll throw Domino's in there then. I'm trying to spread my wealth.
I know who I want for my last pick because I don't think Roy will take it.
I probably won't take either one of you. I got two on my mind right now.
I know you like one of the ones. Actually, I know you don't.
Really hoping my last one wraps all the way around to me.
Let's see, my last one, my last one. Man, I'm blanking on my favorite fast food places right now. I'm gonna go with Qdoba.
Yeah.
Qdoba, okay. I'm going to go Arby's and then Sonic.
That's a solid answer. Arby's is the most slept on fast food restaurant in the nation.
I did not think Roy would take Arby's.
Expensive.
It is.
I like Arby's. And then I'll take Sonic as my last pick. I love Sonic.
Sonic is the one that I've never had a lot of. Every time I do go there, I like what I get. But I've been to Sonic like 5 times ever.
That's good.
Sonic's pretty good, especially they have a million different drinks.
See, I think your last 2 picks are better than your first 2, in my opinion.
Oh, probably.
You just never
But
been to Wendy's.
we just go.
I've been to Wendy's once, but
Wendy's is a top 3 fast food restaurant. For my last one, since Roy took Arby's, I kind of wish I would have taken this instead of Qdoba over it, but I'm gonna go with Culver's.
that's solid.
That's not bad.
I'm throwing this out there. I would throw like Whataburger or In-N-Out in, but they're not like everywhere like the other places, so I'm not
I don't even think
choosing
they're
them.
good, either one of them.
I don't even like this.
Oh.
I like In-N-Out.
I like In-N-Out a lot. If you get their animal style, it's really good.
I like
But
In-N-Out.
my last choice is gonna be Raising Cane's.
You got 2
Yeah,
chicken
it's not-
on there?
Well, I can't fucking do everything. Well, I was supposed to do chicken salad chick and get a salad place.
Oh, if I wasn't going for value, chicken salad chick would be number 1 on my list.
That's terrible.
That place is very slept on.
This is gonna be a TikTok. I'm gonna have Bryce make this TikTok. So,
all right.
So for my draft, I had McDonald's on the 1. I had who'd I have it 2?
Popeyes.
Oh yeah, I had McDonald's at 1, Popeyes at 2, Domino's at 3, and Raising Cane's at 4. That is my 4. Bryce had.
I went Chick-fil-A. Who's my second one? Taco Bell.
Yep.
Qdoba. Culver's.
Yep. And Roy.
Mine is DQ.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Wendy's, Arby's, and Sonic.
Yep. So let us know in the comments who won the draft. Now, again, it's not our top 4 favorite restaurants or fast foods. We didn't just get to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
So snake draft. Take that into account.
I do want to point out that every time we do a draft or a Mount Rushmore, Roy puts one just crazy answer.
I agree. And to top it all off,
That's why
this
I
is
like it.
one first round pick. If we're talking desserts, I'm all for you. It's up there.
The town that he lives in, there is a Dairy Queen and a Subway. So, I mean, that's,
Hey, no, we have a Naf Naf that you got to go.
yeah, Nap Grill now.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like
When you come to town,
Stand up, but
next time
with
you come to town, I'm
Indians,
taking
man.
you, Josh.
Hmm.
Next time you come to town, I'm taking you to Naf Naf.
I met the owner of Nap.
When are you going back to? What do you call it?
Green Up?
Yeah,
No idea.
you gonna go before you leave?
Probably.
I'm coming.
All right.
There you go. Naf. We're eating it.
All right.
We're gonna come up. All right, I think that's gonna do it.
I got my
Roy's
game.
up. I
All right,
forgot.
mine's this simple. You got to name the top 15 NFL quarterback passing touchdown leading board all time.
Do I get a visual? Do I have to do it off the top of my head?
Just off the top of your head, you got
That
15
sucks.
names.
I'm pulling up standings of the NFL so I can see teams.
So, I mean, this is all time. There's only
All right.
1, 2, 3 players in the top 15 who are active right now.
All right. Well, let's name those 3 first, just because. I think
Um,
it's gonna be easy.
I don't think
There might be 1 or 2 names
Yeah.
we might miss, but Let's go with Tom Brady just to get him off.
Tom Brady's number 1.
All right, if we're gonna do it this way, Breeze,
2.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is number 5.
Manning, both the
Manning's
Mannings.
number
Both
3.
Mannings.
Is both Mannings on there? No.
Yeah, Peyton's on there at number 3, and Eli's number 10.
Okay.
The other active.
No, I think I know one of the other active ones.
Is
It's Joe Flacco, I think.
Nope. Joe
Damn.
Flacco is not in the top 15.
Is it Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
Russell Wilson is number 13.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're
We only have
missing
2 of
one.
the active ones, don't we?
So
Yeah,
if the other one,
You got 2 active, Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. You need one more.
If Russell Wilson's all the way down there at 13, I don't think Mahomes is on there yet.
Who? Mahomes? No.
No. Who's the other active guy? Oh, Matthew Stafford.
Oh yeah.
Matthew Stafford is number 11. So
Okay, so we've gotten rid of the old guys. Brett Favre.
he's number 4.
Is Joe Montana on that list?
Joe Montana is not number 15. He is number 19.
who's the other 49?
I need to look at now. I just need to look at team names.
One just retired, or a couple of them just retired here recently.
Ben Roethlisberger.
I was going to say
Number
Big Ben.
8.
He was in my
Number
mind.
8.
Who else just retired? Was it?
I don't think he's on there. Ooh, I'll tell you what, the AFC didn't look good. Let's go to Dallas. I don't think Romo's on there.
No.
Dallas has no team, no
Yeah.
player on there. Their number 1 guy.
I think Jay Cutler's on there.
I don't think so. I don't think he's
25.
as far off as you think.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan is on number 9. You're missing 1, 2,
Ooh, this is-
3,
yeah.
4, 5. Missing 5 guys. Number 6 is one of them that just retired in 2020.
Oh, Philip Rivers.
Philip Rivers, number 6.
He retired. in
Number 7 is a guy that's been retired since 1999. So 3 of these guys have been retired since the 90s, or one of them was retired in the 70s. So
Dan Marino on this list.
I was.
Dan Marino's number 7.
I've been thinking Dan Marino this whole time.
I kind of was too.
All
but I
right,
actually
so now you're
didn't
down
think-
to 3 guys.
Do you
So-
think?
One of number 15,
Yeah, I
he retired
do,
in
actually.
2017. He played
Okay,
for 2 different teams.
I'm gonna skip that. Is Elway on this list?
Elway is number 14.
Okay.
And now you
Because
have 2
when you
guys.
said that, that was good. Okay, now can you say what you said?
All right, I'm gonna go with number 15 because that's the most recent one.
Okay.
He retired in 2017.
Oh,
Played for 3 different teams from 2003 to 2017. He got hurt quite a bit. And I'll tell you the 3 teams: the Bengals, Raiders, and Cardinals.
Carson Palmer.
Carson Palmer
Oh, I can't
is
believe
number
he's on
15.
there.
All right, so you got the last one. Number 12. He retired in 1978.
Old hag.
He played for 2 teams, the Vikings and the Giants.
I don't think it's what I'm
Hmm.
thinking of. Vikings and the Giants.
If you
Vinny
think about-
Testaverde.
No. If you think about the Minnesota Vikings, you think about this guy.
Not me.
The Vikings?
They don't have a Super Bowl.
No.
Vikings quarterbacks of all time. Only one. I know it's not him. It's not Dante Culpepper.
No.
I know I'm gonna know the name, but I don't know if I know.
I
You're gonna-
I don't even
you're
know if
gonna-
I'll know the name.
You're going to know
Give-
it.
Give me the first name or first. They give me his initials.
FT.
I have no idea.
Hold on, FT.
He threw 342 touchdowns in 246 games.
Ooh, FT. That's not.
Frank Thomas.
That's exactly what I said when I heard FT.
Who?
Frank Thomas. I don't know. Give me his first name.
Fran.
Francisco.
I don't know.
I have never heard of this.
It's
guy.
Fran Tarkenton.
Oh, fuck.
I've never heard of him.
I've
You
seen
never
that
heard of
name
Fran
before.
Tarkenton?
I don't know anything
No.
about him, but I have heard that name before. I didn't know his first name was Fran. If you would have gave me his last name, Tarkinson, I would have probably been able to tell you I knew who he was. But
Yeah.
I don't know any. I couldn't have told you who he played for or anything.
All right. There's
All
only
right.
at the top. There's only. I mean, not many people. Even the top 20 is only one more current player. So
Okay, I think that's gonna do it. You guys got anything else?
no.
All right. I think that's gonna do it for Pod 30. I think we're on 6.
I think we're on 7, actually.
No, because you were wrong. I looked at your thing. You skipped one.
Then you skipped one.
We are on Pod 36. I looked before the episode. I don't have anything else. Bryce doesn't. Roy doesn't. Roy's on
Nope.
vacation. He's going to go back to having a nice day.
He's going to go see
I
Gavin Newsom
got
tonight.
to still study, so I'm doing some studying. And
All right.
Yeah.
Hit the like button. Views are actually doing pretty good for not. I think the last few weeks we've kind of just been off rhythm. Everybody's been real busy the last few weeks. Views are actually decent, 8 to 10 every video for the most part. I haven't gotten a comment in 4 months. The last comment we had was a Travis Feeney video.
Yeah.
If I don't see a damn comment, we're not going next week. So I better see a comment. We'll be skipping a week.
Yeah.
No
okay.
pressure. Peace out.
Bye.
Gotta find my way to